Japanese ghost stories. And I have this tendency to tell ghost stories that end happily. But these Japanese ghost stories did not end happily.
Uh-oh.
And I thought, that's what I need. So, the hands. A woman was dying. She was the wife, this is an old story. She was the wife of a feudal lord. She'd been ill for 3 years. They had tried everything. They had brought in the best doctors and nothing helped. Her husband was comforting her, speaking to her and saying, I'm sorry that we've not been able to save you. It looks like the end is near. And we will miss you. We'll grieve. We'll say prayers for your progression into paradise and for you to become a Buddha. It's a Buddhist story. And she listened to him and was comforted somewhat. She said, I do have a last wish. I would like to speak to the concubine that you call Cherry Blossom. Because she'd been thinking about her children, about her husband, and about her husband's many concubines. And so she asked to see the youngest, who was 19. And they called Cherry Blossom in to speak to the wife. She stood beside the bed. The wife said, I want to speak to you of a household matter. When I die, I think that you will become our Lord's wife. And the girl said, no, you know that I come from a poor and undistinguished family. I could never hope to become his wife. But you are the one that I choose, the wife said. And never let another woman steal his affection from you. Now, I do have one more request. I would like for you to take me into the garden to see that cherry blossom tree that was planted last year. I hear it has double blossoms and it's really beautiful. You can carry me on your back like you would carry a child. And so Cherry Blossom looked at the Lord to get his permission. He nodded his head. The wife said, well, turn around. You can carry me on your back. The girl presented her back to her for her to ride, for her to carry her. And the wife, with some kind of strength that it was unknown that she pulled herself up by holding onto the girl's shoulders. And when she was standing, she ran her hands down inside the girl's robe and grabbed hold of her breasts. And she said, now I have what I want. I couldn't die without this. And she just died suddenly, right there. And she was hurting her. She was holding her so tightly. And attendants ran over and tried to remove the body from Cherry Blossom's back, but they could not. They could not get the body off of her back. She had this dead body on her. And the hands were hurting her. They brought in people to try to help to remove the hands. They couldn't get them off. And they brought in a doctor, finally, a foreign doctor who was well known all over the world, and he said it would be too dangerous to remove the hands because it seemed that the palms had grown into the girl's flesh. So he said the only thing that they could do would be to amputate the hands. And they did this. And in a matter of a few months, the hands shriveled and dried. But every night, at the hour of the ox, which was 2 o'clock, until the hour of the tiger, 2 hours later, the hands would come to life like huge gray spiders, and they would pinch and scratch and tear at the girl's skin because the fingers were free. It was the palms that were attached. And this went on. The girl cut her hair and became a Buddhist nun, and she went about the country praying for the mistress and praying that those two hands of jealousy and anger might someday leave her, that she might someday be free of them. That's the story of the hand.